everybody. You have tuned in to the Midlanders Podcast. I'm Jodie, and this is
Nic. Welcome. So I'm Nic. I am from the UK. I'm 37, married with 2 kids, and check this, I have 5 cats, 3 dogs, and a bearded dragon. I'm best known for Be Brave Beauty ASMR on YouTube, where I do ASMR role plays. Check it out if you haven't already. And I love to go shopping, spas, like to watch movies, TV shows. That reminds me, actually, we should discuss TV shows afterwards. Anyway, over to you, Jode.
I'm Jodie Marie, best known for Jodie Marie ASMR. Started my ASMR channel 4 years ago now. It'll be 5 this year. I've got a cat named Boris. I'm
cute.
married, no children, and I'm 32. I have been thinking that I was 33 for 2 years, and I've just realised, no, I'm 31 and I'm 32 this year. So I've kind of gained a year. I think when you get to a certain age, you just kind of forget how old you are until your birthday comes, and then you're like, how old am I again?
Yeah, well, that everyone keeps
Well, that
saying,
happens to me anyway.
People keep saying to me that, getting closer to 40, and I'm like, thanks for the reminder.
Yeah, please don't. What?
I know.
Oh, yeah. So I have a character that's a Psycho X character over on my ASMR channel. It's pretty popular. It's really just an exaggerated, funny version of what Psycho X's do. And it's inspired by, sometimes when my friends are drunk and people I meet out, it's inspired by that, really. And I asked my audience, what's the most psycho thing an ex has ever done to you, just for inspiration. And I found that I had a load of responses. So, because Nic got in touch with me about a podcast, I thought that could be our first video. So we're going to be reacting to some of those today.
And I must say, the psycho videos are pretty awesome. I definitely recommend you check them out because I quite like those.
Thank you so much. Nic specialises in medical role plays, and you should really check them out because she does them in such a lot of detail. So good.
Thanks, Jode.
You're welcome.
So, should we get on to the question, or do you want anything else?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So what's the most psycho thing your ex has ever done? Thank you for your comments. Do you want to start, Nic, or?
So I asked my viewers as well the same question, and I've collected a few. I'm going to start off with one which is very simple. So this person said, breathed. That's it. Oh God, I just thought that was just so funny.
I just
Breathed. Yeah.
It must have been some bad.
Oh, no. I had to say that one because I thought that was just pretty funny to start it off with.
Yeah, I've got a funny one as well because it had no context, and I know this is probably pretty brutal if it did happen, but threw a heavy fan on me. They literally just said that and it tickled me.
Poor fan. I mean, is the fan okay? No, I'm joking. I want to know what fan it was.
Yeah.
I'd live to tell
It
the
just
tale.
made me laugh. Just no full nothing, just threw a heavy fan on me.
Oh God. No, this one's a pretty funny one. I shouldn't laugh really, should I? But it is funny. They started a pile on me at a party. I was at the bottom and couldn't breathe. Oh God!
I mean, that's something you do in primary school. How old are these people?
Well,
like,
that's what I want to know.
All I can picture is like 10-year-olds piling on top of each other.
This person's here at the bottom. Help me!
Sorry you couldn't breathe though, mate.
I would like to know actually how old you were when this happened. That'd be nice to know. Okay, you got any more?
Yeah, she got sincerely upset because I said I didn't like grape Fanta.
Oh my God.
That's it. I'm in a mood because You don't like grape Fanta.
I mean,
Don't talk to me.
that's just my favourite one so far. Like, I didn't even know grape Fanta existed. Did
No,
you?
neither did I. Is that just an American thing, or maybe?
Because we've got orange, lemon, which I've got here. I think it's like a fruit one.
They stopped lemon for a bit though. They've bought lemon back recently.
Oh, have they? Yeah, I've got that now. It's really nice, refreshing.
Yeah, they have
people
recently only bought that back.
Do people really fall out over not liking the same drink?
Obviously. Grape Fanta though. I bet that's quite nice, but bitter maybe.
I do
'Cause
like
grape
grapes.
flavoured stuff can be quite sour, I think.
I do like grapes, but never tried that. I'm going to go and look again. But
Let us know if you've tried
Yeah.
grape Fanta and if you've ever seen any.
Let us know in the comments because I am interested to know. So this
Okay.
one, quite like this one. Accused me of having an affair with someone she fabricated in her imagination. That's definitely something for your series, that is.
Damn. I don't even know what to say about that because in dreams, you know, when you have like dreams of people like having an affair, and that can sometimes really affect you, but like to have just a thought of it is a little bit different.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen people online, they've always done like a little video and they've gone about, oh my God, I've had this dream that they're having an affair, and they went in a mood with their partner because of the dream. And now, me, I've actually had some extremely realistic dreams. What I have felt like it has happened, but for somebody to just imagine that without a dream, that's pretty...
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's a very imaginative brain.
Yeah, I was going to say that's some vivid imagination, like
Yeah.
really vivid. I mean, I've got a vivid imagination, but I've never thought up someone else like.
I'd like to know more about that story, actually.
Yeah, for sure. To be fair though, I have had the dreams, but I've never taken it out on Nathan either because I do know that it's a dream,
Yeah.
even though it's so realistic. But they do affect you. They put you in like a downer mood, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, because I've got like complex PTSD, so I have a lot of vivid, realistic nightmares, and they do knock me about a lot. But I don't know, that's just something else, this one.
Okay, this one's an interesting one. So, used illness to guilt me into isolating myself from my friends and family. If we had plans to spend time with her friends, she'd be fit as a fiddle, but whenever we had plans to go see my friends, she'd say that she was poorly. So yeah, I mean, I've got to be honest here. I would never stop anyone else from seeing their friends or family. However, I have pretended that I've been ill to not go somewhere when I didn't want to meet their friends. Not because of their friends, just because of the mood I was in. Like, I have to be... Because sometimes socialising can be exhausting, especially if you're in a shitty mood, then you've got to fake it because you don't want to be miserable while you're out. So I've got to admit, I have lied and said that I'm ill, just because if you say I don't want to go, there's more questions.
Yeah,
I don't want to answer questions. I'm not in the mood. So yeah, I get that.
I mean, like with me, sometimes it's been a case of, like, if I've got anxiety and I'm like, I don't want to go. Like I've said to you before about, like, I want to meet, but the thought of it gives me so much anxiety.
Yeah.
It's so stupid because even if I talk to you and everything, it's like, and sometimes I feel like I can't make excuses forever. So like to you, I was just like,
Yeah.
I'm so anxious, I need to do it bit by bit and just do it that way. But I suppose, like with me, with family, for example, if I haven't wanted to go, it's easy to say I'm not well than it is to, I just don't want to go and see you. You wouldn't say that.
And you can't say that either, because then it's going to sound like, well, why don't you want to come and see me? But it's not you, it's me, it's an actual thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I get that, but I would, like I say, just because I'm not in the mood for it, I wouldn't stop anyone else from going. It's just, I have said that myself.
Okay, so this one is a little bit more serious. So, got another girl pregnant whilst I was pregnant and found out when my son was 4 days old.
That's
Harsh. That's harsh.
Ouch.
Like, I mean, that's just awful. Why? Like,
I wouldn't even know how to react to that.
for a start off, well, they shouldn't be with another woman. Getting him pregnant is one thing. You're pregnant, but then when your child is just born, you found out that your partner's basically been having an affair and got another kid. That's so messed up.
Yeah, and like also think of the panic that the lads going through. Like
2 kids on the way.
Yeah, that panic as well.
Yeah.
But some people don't care, do they? A lot of lads will just have kids with anyone and not have anything to do with the kids. That's the thing. They don't really take responsibility of it.
There is a lot of that, isn't there? Because I see stuff all the time on social media and people I know of that they just
people in real life, I see it all the time where men just don't want anything to do with him. I've also noticed they'll have a kid with a girl. They'll then start a new relationship, have a kid with them, and then don't have anything to do with their other kid, but will like play happy families with another family.
I've seen that, yeah.
Why? Yeah, so strange.
But that, I've got to make a point now. That's basically a bit like my dad. Because
okay.
He's like, it's quite. I won't say too much because obviously it's personal. But
yeah, cool.
This is quite knowledge anyway. So he cheated on my mum when I was about 13. Found out on Christmas Day of all days. And do you know what I mean? So that, to be honest, that's affected my Christmases for such a long time, and that's what started me not having trust in men.
Imagine.
And he had a family, like a woman somewhere else, and then we found out she was pregnant, and he would always like, oh, I won't move and leave the Midlands, and he did, and then he had another kid, and then all of a sudden he didn't want to know us, me and my sister. That was it. We're just like
Mad.
Like nothing. But then this family, and it's still to this day, he's even left that woman. He was having an affair with another woman in another part of the country, and
did it again.
And married to her without telling anyone. And them kids are with him now because she passed away. It's always them. Me and my sister never mattered. Why is that?
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it. Do you?
No, not at all. No.
Really weird.
And it's not like they would answer either. They wouldn't tell you why.
Well, no, it would just constant gaslighting, isn't it? And making out that it's nothing. It's in my head.
Yeah.
And all this crap. I mean, that's another story for another day.
Well, I am sorry about that, Nick. I mean, why is it always like Christmas days and things that these sort of things happen? Like,
I know.
It seems to be like significant days in the year that you're going to remember the most.
Yeah.
As well.
I can remember it to this day. I mean, we'll have to discuss that at a later date, but it's messed up.
Okay, so I've got another one. This one is to do with my Psycho X character, actually. She keeps making ASMR videos after breaking in and kidnapping me. I read that today and it made me laugh, so I thought I'll share that.
Oh, God. I like that one. It's pretty good. What else can we have? Okay. Took my car keys, tried locking me in a cupboard.
You know what? Thinking of my Psycho X character, she actually did that. She pretended to be a doctor and locked the doctor in the cupboard. So that's something a Psycho X would do.
There you go. Oh, man.
Perfect.
I mean, I like the way taking someone's keys, but why would you lock them in the
That
cupboard?
wasn't enough. You've also got to lock them in the cupboard. How do you get out the cupboard?
That's what I want to know.
How did you get out the cupboard, mate?
Did you just sit there and think, oh, I've had enough now. You can come out. Here's your keys.
Yeah, well.
Oh, man.
I would share my Netflix and Amazon account with friends and family, which then she would ask me who they are and why they're ordering feminine products. Later, I found out she would drive to the delivery address and wait to see if they would show up.
What?
Ah,
So,
damn. That's some trust issues, but also if you do have trust issues and you didn't know these people that were on your Amazon account, found out they were like getting feminine products, I think that would trigger something. Like that would be a red flag. Like, why are they ordering off your Amazon? So
I don't mean
you'd
to be
want to
funny,
go and have a look and check it out, wouldn't you?
What I don't understand is, for a start, why don't these people have their own Amazon?
Yeah.
Who doesn't have their own Amazon nowadays? Doesn't
Yeah.
everyone have Amazon? Correct me if I'm wrong.
So I can-
Do you let me know if you don't have it?
Yeah. But yeah, I kind of see both sides here because obviously, if you are being honest, it depends how you approached her. Because if you told her, "Oh yeah, my family use my Amazon," then fine. But if she thought you were being sneaky about something, then I do kind of get it because you would question it. I think
Well, first question would be...
that's not even psycho. Like I don't think anyway.
Why would you...
But to turn up, I suppose.
Well, I think, first of all, why would you just come out to someone, my family use my Amazon?
I suppose,
Unless
yeah.
it was in conversation
Yeah.
or something. But then in her mind, she's probably thinking, okay. But was it only specifically when it was female products?
Possibly, because that's what it's saying here. But I mean, yeah, if you see that though, you'd be like, why is a female ordering products from your Amazon? I do kind of get the question. I do kind of understand a little bit, if I'm honest.
I mean, I do. Because, like I said, hasn't everyone
Anyone
got
would
Amazon?
question that, I think.
Everyone's got
I think
Amazon.
if you were looking at her Amazon account and saw that there was male products, how would you feel about that? Do you know what I mean? Like switch it.
I would be, why are you ordering men's products? And then you'd think, where's it going?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
then
So
I mean, is that because I've got a female brain? Or is it just
maybe.
common sense?
So maybe men wouldn't think, why is my girlfriend ordering male products? But I think they would, you know.
Do you know what? Be interested to know that person who wrote that comment. Realistically, they may have never seen it from another point of view. Like this point of view, I'm sitting there thinking, it's just a bit random. Like, why would that person be using Amazon? That person I can understand being curious, because if it was, say,
For sure.
the opposite way around and I was ordering, say, razors and, I don't know, men's aftershave, and it was going to say random different houses, you'd be a bit like, who is that? And then if you, are they going to say, oh yeah, it's my mum? How many times it's gone to my mum's? I mean, I'm guessing it's an early relationship.
Possibly, yeah, it doesn't say. So yeah, anyone in the comments, if you'd see your partner ordering, well, if you saw feminine products pop up on your partner, or male products pop up on your partner's Amazon account, would you be questionative, and would, if you didn't feel like you could trust what they were saying, would you turn up at the address? So yeah, you let us know in the comments.
I do think the latter part of that, though, about turning up at the house, is a bit...
Yeah, maybe drive by.
I mean, maybe she just
with my best
drove
friend in the
past.
car and be like, do you fancy a drive by?
I don't know about that one. Imagine if it was like the other side of the country. Off I go down south.
Yeah, you know, love makes fools of us all, and it does make us do things that we don't normally do. So
Okay, so again, this is quite a serious one. So my first boyfriend went to France to work, came back to the UK with a new woman, and she was carrying his baby. Needless to say, being so young at the time with no experience of the opposite sex, I was quite upset. The good news is I found somebody else which loves me, which I'm glad to hear.
well, that's nice, good news, yeah. But that's brutal, yeah. Sorry about that. Like, first of all, could you imagine, like, seeing your boyfriend for the first time, like, after all that time he'd been in France, and then there's just a woman next to him with a bump? I'd be like,
That's just
speechless. I don't think any words would come out of my mouth whatsoever. I'd be staring at the bump like,
what?
what?
What I don't understand
Excuse me?
is what a way to introduce that you've had an affair and got another person pregnant. Like, wouldn't you've just said beforehand, oh, sorry, I've cheated on you. Oh, she's having a baby. I want to know, though, did they end up together?
Yeah,
That's what I want to know.
Are they still together?
So,
Or did he
let me
start
know.
another family with someone else?
Yeah, like my dad.
And has nothing to do with that kid.
Well, that's brutal, though, isn't it?
Yeah, that it really is. That's horrible. Horrible way to find out. Threatened to kill himself and my boyfriend at the time if I didn't become his girlfriend again. He mostly has stalked me online for the past 11 years since we dated, which lasted 2 weeks.
Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Full on narcissist. Bordering psychopath there. What the?
Gosh.
That is proper abuse.
Yeah.
Isn't it? I mean,
that's scary as well, because, you know, police don't really do things about this either, because unless they do anything to harm you, you just kind of got to get on with it, and I think that can affect your life more. I think more things need to be done with things like that, and being online. I know they're trying to chase the person a bit more now, aren't they?
Yeah,
you can't just start things without putting your date of birth in and your details these days.
Yeah.
Getting better.
It is. I mean, there is things now that are protecting a lot more for online. After looking into things myself, there is things they can do to like chase people and stuff now and find stuff out. It's just like simple things like chasing, say, their bank details that have attached say, to a website or whatever. There is things that can be done, but it's still scary. Even if the police are monitoring it and you're reporting it and everything, and you've got an injunction and stuff, some people still go ahead and keep pursuing it.
Yeah, they do.
Dated for 2 bloody weeks.
I know, that's so bad.
God, I hope it stops.
Gosh.
That person is.
Yeah. And it makes you think how obsessed he was before they got together. I mean, how much he knew her before, like how much he was thinking, because that don't just happen within 2 weeks, does it? Like, that sounds like it's been going on in his mind for a long time. Then they've got together, and then because it's ended,
like
it's then like
together,
escalated. Oh, imagine.
Were they friends?
Yeah.
Family member? Were they stalking beforehand? There's so many things behind that. That is really scary. That is. I hope that person's been locked up or something.
Yeah, onto the like protection with online. I feel like because everything's moved so fast online, we haven't had time to catch up with security. Like, there's not enough legal backup, I don't think, just because everything's moved so fast and they haven't kept up with the security online at all.
Yeah, and I mean, like, there's like cyber departments and things now in the police. They're so busy at like dealing with stuff, but you have to be careful nowadays because people are being prosecuted for things, you know.
Yeah, it started,
which is good, to be honest.
Yeah,
I think there needs to be more. I'm guessing over time
it will. Yeah, it'll get better. Yeah. Have you got any more?
Yeah. So, my ex robbed my parents' house and stole nearly 30k worth of jewellery that we had collected between us over the course of 40 plus years.
Wow. It's mad, eh? What people will do to hurt. It's like they will go extra lengths just to hurt someone, even more than they probably already are hurting. Because breakups aren't easy for anyone. I know, like, it may seem that one gets away with it a bit more easier than the other, but I think both sides there is complications regardless, whether it's you feel guilty because you've got to end it, or you're not happy in it, so you've got to get out some way, and then there's that person that's also hurting when it ends because they weren't on that same level, you
And
know.
then people want revenge and anger and,
Yeah,
you know, mental health issues then could come into play. But
yeah,
robbing somebody like that, isn't that just more about greed, wanting the money
yeah, yeah, basically. And just doing
and to
anything to
hurt?
hurt them.
Yeah,
Yeah. Calling the cops and pretending I beat her, which was absolutely terrifying. I haven't dated anyone since. That's so sad. When I read that, I was just like, I want to say to you, if you're listening, and I hope you are, don't let it put you off dating, because that was just a really bad experience. And I know it's awful, and you're gonna have that in the back of your mind the whole time, but you will find someone nice, so don't give up on love just because of that, because
100%. I
that's
mean,
1 in a million
I
that you're
mean,
ever gonna experience that again. Because wow,
the thing is that it's so serious, isn't it? And it can work
yeah,
both ways. But to accuse somebody that's genuinely like hasn't done anything, for that person it must be so awful, such an awful feeling to be accused of something so serious that you haven't done.
and
And that is
it's the
damaging.
yeah, and it's trying to explain to the police I haven't touched her, because obviously police have got to take this seriously, and men tend to get of a rap on this, like they're probably going to be less believed.
Yeah.
Like police are going to favour the girl in that situation, I think,
And
because obviously it's known to happen a lot more. I mean, we know that it happens both ways, but statistically, I think
it is. It is. It happens to
all men,
both.
yeah,
And maybe less men. They don't come forward
yeah,
as
probably
well.
actually, yeah.
But either way,
It'll be just more difficult for a man to say I didn't do it than a woman, for
yeah,
sure.
definitely. And then even then, police and people don't tend to do a great deal for victims of domestic abuse, rape,
No.
and things like that. And that needs
Mhm.
to change. And then it's a shame then when people kind of use that to hurt somebody,
Yeah.
then it makes the police and that think, oh, just lying. Gives us
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? It gives women a bad name then, vice
Yeah,
versa.
for sure. Yep. Absolutely.
Um, but I just want to add as well, if you are watching this, just chill out. Forget that person. That was just one person. Don't let that define you for the rest of your life, because you're still letting that person control you and
Mhm.
manipulate you and gaslight you. I think it will take time, but just go for it.
Yeah, go for it. Like,
Got
do
nothing
it.
to lose, have you?
That's it.
Okay.
And I think that's it.
Oh, I've
That's
got
all
one.
mine.
I've got one.
I'll go on.
Okay. So my ex-boyfriend lied to me for an entire year that his mother was dead, and even used it as an excuse to emotionally abuse and manipulate me. He then also started to say his father was dead too. Only about 3 months after we broke up did he text me and tell me he lied the whole time.
That's some compulsive liar, that is. And to keep that lie up, though.
And then my question is, why would you admit it that it was a lie afterwards? Wouldn't you just go with it and leave it? You made yourself look like a right idiot.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
So, I can't even remember most because it's too crazy. But one of them continued to come to my work or bump into me when out. When I blocked his number, he used to send me messages by transferring me £1. He also used to message my family and friends telling them I deserved everything I got from the past domestic violent relationship. Well, the other one just used to say I owed him rent money all the time, like I hadn't just paid it for the last 2 years.
First of all, if any of my exes want to send me £1, I'll take it. Thank you very much.
Do you know, right? So you block his number, so he wants to send you a message. The reference: "Hi, how are you?" I wonder how much. I wonder how much he gave her.
I I know. Imagine. Oh,
I've heard it all now.
but turning up to your work, that I do know my friend has had that experience where their exes at the time have turned up to the work though, and I think that must be so stressful. And there was one time we were all out, and because the boyfriend or ex-boyfriend wasn't getting his own way, he drove off, then met us at the bottom of the road, and he was naked in the car.
Why?
Some sort of manipulative tactic, I don't know. And we were all like, what the hell are you doing? But yeah, he just got naked.
That is crazy weird.
Yeah, it was so weird. We were like, when you just can't comprehend what's going on. So yeah.
Why would you just sit there and think, get my own way, so I'm gonna strip off? Talking about.
It was in the street as well, like a normal road. He just pulled over on the side of a street, houses weren't too far away. It was like quite a narrow road, and he just stripped off.
Well, talking about stripping off in the street. Brace yourself. Gonna bit down the line here. So, when I was about 17, I think, I was pretty messed up from my ex-relationship was quite abusive, so I did sort of have trust issues. And this one day, my new boyfriend, I was in the bath, I remember, and he was sitting on the toilet seat, not on the loo, but he's sitting there, and we're having an argument about something, and I can't remember what it was at all. But at one point, he literally stormed out the bathroom. So we went out the bathroom, went out the house and went in the car. Me went into psycho mode. I literally dived out the bath, ran downstairs, ran outside, running after his car, going, come back.
Outside?
And my mum always used to take the pee out of me saying, do you remember when you ran after such and such naked down the street?
Oh, though, that must play on your mind a lot.
Yeah.
Gosh. It's like those dreams where you turn up to somewhere and you're naked, but even though you were clothed at first, and then you're in that situation, they're humiliating to start with. So I can't imagine how you would have felt after realising, hang on a minute, I just ran outside naked.
At the time, I didn't really think about it because I was a bit
crazy
back then.
Involved in your head.
My mental health was just so bad, it just escalated. That, now, that's why it's quite a blur, but I do remember doing it. And I don't know what the bloody hell come over me, to be honest. I mean, what the hell? Trying to think what the neighbours thought, this 17-year-old.
They loved it.
God. Embarrassing.
No, it's fine. Well, I mean, you live and you learn.
Yeah. Have your friends or you done anything crazy in the heat of the moment?
I have got one. I was really, really drunk. I have spoke about this on my live once as well. I hardly knew this person, right? Just come out of a serious relationship, and when you're just out with your friends a lot, you're drinking a lot just to take your mind off things. It had been a few months, and I started seeing this. Well, not even seeing. That's the thing. He would just be at the pub.
Bit of a dance.
yeah, pretty much. We might have kissed. I don't even remember. It's really bad. Anyway, I was really drunk. We walked home, he'd left, but his mate was with us, and my friends was with us. And then, all of a sudden, I just remember being in the road, crying, saying, I really like him, in the middle of the road at 2 o'clock in the morning. Oh, God. I don't even know him. So,
oh, my God.
That was probably the most psycho ex I've been.
The crazy drunk days.
Oh, God. Yeah. And his mate was on the phone to him saying, oh, she's in the street crying. And I was like, oh, the next morning you're just like, oh.
Did you ever see him?
I hope never see him again. I don't think I have, no.
Could you imagine if he watches your content?
I doubt it.
It'd be funny though, wouldn't it?
Oh, no.
Oh, man. Yes, we've both done a little bit crazy things at times.
Yeah.
Um,
I think that's
my
about it, though. I don't think I've ever done anything like really wild. Like I've never. I've done the general stuff like drunk called your exes at like God
yeah.
knows what time. Just yeah, but that's about it.
I don't know whether I've got any more crazy moments. I probably have, but I think we should save that for another episode, don't you think?
Yeah,
Yeah.
if I think of anything, I will document it so I remember.
So, have you got any other crazy responses or friend things?
Not that I can think of at the moment. If I do think of it, we'll talk about it in
Go on.
another one because we're gonna do an episode on our comments as well, aren't we?
Yes, yeah, we'll tell you about that in a little bit, shall we?
Yeah,
Drop a
yeah.
sneak peek in.
Okay. I've got one more, and it says, "Would not pay off a credit card. Her credit card um was co-signed by them. Had to take her to court. Learnt my lesson."
So,
Oh,
they got a
so
credit
yeah,
card together.
I'm guessing so, and she wouldn't pay it off, or he wouldn't pay it off.
It's a bit
That's
shitty,
kind
isn't
of,
it?
yeah. You got to be careful when you sign into things with people. Like you've got to make sure that you're committed, and it's been a few years. But then again, you never really know anyone. I've got to be honest. Like there's times where like people have been together for years, and then they find out they live in a double life and whatever. So I've got to. Yeah, you really don't know someone.
Do you know, it does scare me, I mean, this the thought of the things that you hear that go on in people's
Yeah.
relationship, like they're so oblivious to certain things. But what makes people? But when you think about it, people are pretty vile, aren't they, to each other? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they can be. Yeah.
Oh God. Well, I've got one more. So, about 3 months into our relationship, he gives me perfume and says, "This is a present for our anniversary. I like this one better than your current perfume, and I think you should wear this one from now on." For the record, he gave me a very cheap perfume that smells cheap, and I wear Giorgio Armani. Okay.
Oh.
So they've only been together 3 months. Were they talking about a year anniversary? Were they thinking ahead, or was it a 3-month anniversary?
A 3-month anniversary, maybe. I think people tend to celebrate smaller anniversaries now because they don't know if they're going to last the year.
I mean, I think that's nice to buy a gift, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
I don't
But
think
to
what
be
was
like
said
forceful. Yeah.
and how it
Sometimes,
was addressed,
yeah.
that's a bit controlling. If they'd said, "I bought you a present, here you go," and that's it, that would have been great, but it sounded a bit
Don't
controlling.
wear any other perfume now, just the one I've given you. That's quite like,
That's a bit weird.
yeah, a bit controlling. I mean, if anyone ever said that to me, I'd be like, well, no, I'll wear what I want to wear, thank you.
Yeah, I'd be like, I don't think so.
Especially if I didn't like the smell. I don't think I'd tell them like to be hurtful, but I would say like, oh, I really prefer this one instead. So I'll mix
Yeah.
them, or I'll wear that one on this occasion and things like that.
Got different tastes, haven't we?
Yeah.
We can't all like the same thing, and they might like the smell of it, but it doesn't mean you like the smell of it. But
Yeah, for sure.
well, that was a bit of a
Yeah. I don't think have you ever been in a relationship where someone's told you what to wear and what to do?
yeah.
Have you? Personally, I haven't. But because I don't think I think they know I wouldn't stand for it. I'm not the type of person to be told. But I suppose you don't know until you've been manipulated, I guess.
I was only 14.
Yeah. Oh, okay, young, yeah.
So that was when I was in my abusive relationship, emotionally, sexually, and violent relationship.
How old was he, Nick?
When we got together, he was 15, but
Okay,
then I
so a
was
bit
15
older.
and he was 16.
Yeah. Okay.
But that was like full on. But that that would have to be another day, really. But yeah, that was
Yeah,
a bit
yeah, yeah.
more. It was more about telling me what to do and doing certain things, which that's an episode in itself. But
Oh,
you know, other than that
yeah.
sense, no, because I don't stand for shit.
Mm. You live and you learn, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for all your comments about what your Psycho X has ever done to you. Let us know your responses if you've got anything to say, and if you want to explain yourself a bit more if you were the one that commented. Yeah, so thanks. I think
Thank
that's been
you.
quite interesting.
I would like to know some follow-ups, actually.
Hold on, my cat's gonna burst my bed.
Okay.
Sorry. Come on, you. If I'd have known you was gonna play up. I ain't messing about you. Go on. Sorry about that, Nick. Right.
I just want to say, Jode, what bloody bed have you got? If it's going to burst.
Oh, it's a blow-up bed. It's yeah, it's for my because it's in the film room. It's the one I do my lying down on.
Ah, okay.
Like videos where I'm lying down. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I wish I had a water bed.
I thought that was a real bed. That you're like a proper bed.
Oh, nice, a blow-up bed.
Oh, well, you've done that good. I thought it was like a proper.
Oh,
I thought it was like. I thought it was actually your bed that you're doing.
Oh no. No. Oh, thanks.
Oh God.
Yes. But he's burst too, so
Padding.
he's a pain in the arse. Yeah.
He just likes
So, yeah,
it,
like-
though.
Yeah. That's it. So yeah, that's the bed. It's not. I wish it was a water bed.
Oh, I've never sat. I've sat on one at a spa. They're very
Okay, have
weird.
ya?
They're very weird.
Are they?
Yeah, don't know whether I like it or not. I just imagine turning over and popping it.
Yeah, I guess. I think it'd be quite wobbly, but yeah, I wouldn't mind trying it out.
It's weird. It's quite nice, but I don't know whether I'd want to have it as my bed.
Yeah. So you also said that we're gonna talk about TV series. So
yes,
there's
I forgot about that.
So there's one that's been in my mind in particular because I watched it recently. I watched it for a little bit at first, didn't really get into it, and then I've started watching it again. And finally finished this series now. Well, the last series now. So it's Sex Education.
Oh,
Have you seen that?
I have, yes. I watched it when it first come out.
Okay. So who's your favourite character?
I like Maeve. I think it's pronounced, isn't it?
Yeah.
I like her.
Yeah, I like Maeve too. But my favourite, I think, is Adam Groff. He kills me. It's like the facial expressions he pulls sometimes, and just like his mannerisms. I think he's just brilliant, and I like how that he's evolved.
Yes.
Because he was a bully at first, and now he's like changing a little bit. He's come out as gay. Well, not quite come out as gay, but he has got a boyfriend.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's starting to bring his character out a bit more.
Yeah, I like that because I like the way they brought him in. He was obviously struggling with his sexuality, wasn't he? Which is why he was bullying Eric.
Yeah.
But I do like the way they've changed him as a character, and he's coming out of his shell, if you like, and being comfortable in who he is. I quite like the way they've done that.
Yeah, and I'm kind of glad that they put him and Eric together.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it too much, but yeah, he did eventually tell his mom that his guy Adam did, but I think that's all that knows at the moment. I can't remember now though. I can't remember if other people know. I think towards the end that they do.
Yeah, I think.
But yeah,
do.
I just thought,
I'm not too sure.
It's really good.
But don't you find, right, that it's like it's set in America but England, and very old-fashioned but modern?
That's what I was thinking, because obviously they're not in uniform, and most English schools are in uniform. Mm-hmm. I don't know where it's set in England though.
So I don't. But don't you think the school and like the assembly and everything is just what you'd see in America?
Yeah, I think, yeah, I was thinking that as well. It's got like the lockers and stuff. It's all quite an
yeah,
American vibe. Yeah,
because our schools are
yeah, I
not
do
like
agree.
that. Most schools aren't anyway.
Nah,
I
not at
mean,
all. In our school, I don't even think we had lockers, if I can
no,
remember right.
we didn't either.
Nah, it's
Yeah.
yeah, the locker thing is definitely like a US thing.
And I don't know about you, but when we were at school, when the bell went, I couldn't just get up and go out. I had to be told to go out.
Yeah,
Whereas in there,
yeah,
they just get up and go, don't they? Which is like an American thing, isn't it?
yeah,
And then
yeah,
it reminds me with the old cars, the decor, but then it's like they're walking around with normal phones and stuff
yeah.
like
Like
that.
the big houses as well in the middle of
Yeah.
nowhere. I mean, I know we have that here, but I don't know. I do know what you mean. It does
Yeah.
have an American vibe, but yeah.
I mean, I do like the show. I mean, the last season I think was 2021. And I was looking, thinking, when is it starting again? You know, and I was on the social media and everyone was moaning. And then literally, I think last week, they said that it's coming back at the end of September, but it's the final series.
Interesting to see where they take Maeve and what's his name? Otis.
Otis.
Yeah, I am because we've been waiting for that to happen, and you finally think it has, and then they take it away, and it's just like, oh
Spoiler
no.
alert. Spoiler
Yeah,
alert.
sorry
She,
if you haven't watched it,
I mean, she's
you
like,
need to.
she's bloody off to America.
Oh no. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see uh, what they do, whether they bring her back into it or whether Otis finds someone new.
Well, saying that, a lot of people in the comments on their Instagram want Otis to get with Ruby properly.
Oh, so that might. But then again, I don't know if that will happen because he's always loved Maeve, and I think Maeve has always loved him as well. But it's just been difficult for them to get together because,
Yeah,
yeah,
this is Netflix for you,
I suppose.
and not just
And sometimes it
that.
don't work out like that in life, does it?
It's like, I don't know about you if you've watched Manifest.
No, I haven't.
Absolutely love Manifest. Just finished it the other day. Actually, I cried like a baby. It was just ridiculous. There's spoiler alert again, but there's a character like as Michaela, and there's a guy called Jared. He's gorge. Them pair, they were together, and basically the plane vanished. It's just a long, complicated thing. It ended up going religiously and just weird and confusing. But they were always meant to be together. He was devoted to her. You could tell no matter what, he loved her. She loved him. But they randomly put another guy into it. But then he died. And then we thought at the end, yes, Jared and that are going to get like back together. And they teased us. We were together for about 9 months. Like every season, we were like lingering on. For the end finale, they didn't get together. He magically just got with another cop. The other woman, which he was in the 5-year gap, which is
No way.
didn't actually happen in the end. So obviously Jared didn't remember anything because he wasn't on the plane. So Michaela like dumps him
Interesting.
and then runs
I'll
to
have
go
to
and
watch
find the
it.
other guy.
My friend just keep telling me about it, so yeah, I will have to watch it. But back to sex education. It's a shame that it's ending September. However, the school's closing, isn't it? Because there's no funding. So, but it's a shame though, because I was thinking if they were going to carry it on, they could just bring new characters in from the very start, so like year sevens, and keep a few of the old ones in that are staying over and whatever, or in the year below. But they could just bring new characters in, and it's a shame that is.
See, I'm guessing they may be cancelling it because a lot of them are going on to do other things. I mean, Eric, for example,
Yeah.
I don't know if you know, but he's been the new Doctor Who.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
That'll fit him, though. I think he'll do well in that role because he's got the look for it, actually.
yeah, so obviously he's quite a main character, isn't he?
Yeah.
And I think Emma Mackay, who plays Maeve, I think she's been in some films. And Otis, if you look at his thing, he's got reams of stuff coming out. But then, like you say, couldn't they just keep someone who haven't got anything in line and then bring some newbies in? I don't know why they just want to end it. It'd be interesting to see how it ends, though.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's
Definitely.
are they going to close the school or are they going to get it back
Yeah,
again?
are they
And
going
then,
to save the school? Yeah, lots to
yeah,
think
it's
of.
quite
It'll be
good.
good.
Is there anything
But
else you've been watching?
um, I started Black Mirror because you told me about it. I started Black Mirror.
Oh, did you? What do you
Yeah.
think?
Hold on. I'll just tell you about this with sex education first. So I noticed how educational it is with sex education. Like the books that they mention are actually real books. I think that happens a lot in movies anyway. But also there's a website about vulvas, and
Okay.
you can see like. So if you're insecure about your vulva and you think that it might not be like everyone else's, there's a whole website where you can see what type of vagina you've got.
How do you know?
And it's a real website,
Oh,
so they
is it
mention it in
really?
the yeah, they mention it in the film,
And
well, in the
you
series.
just thought I'll have a look.
I thought, let me have a look to see if it's just because I was curious, and
I'll
there
have
is
to
an
have a
actual
look.
website.
I
I
do
thought it was
like
good. I
that.
thought,
I do like
uh,
that though, that it's educational as well as funny, isn't it?
yeah, yeah, and I think they've done it very well. I mean, because I mean, it's not tacky. I don't think it's just funny
It is
and
funny. Oh, it's
yeah,
hysteric
pure
sometimes.
education. I
I
think
am.
it's brilliant.
I laugh my head off when I watched it. I just think it is light-hearted, it's funny, but it is educational, and I like the way as you've got further through the series, they've become more daring with their content. If you know what I mean, like
Yeah, yeah.
you know
But
what I mean.
again, still realistic. It's what happens in real life, like the therapy side of it as well. It is what happens in real life, and I think it's brilliant. I
And
think
if
it. Go on.
no, carry on.
And I think like a lot of insecurities are mentioned in that throughout the whole series.
Yeah,
So you don't like it's one of those things where you don't feel alone because you're like, oh, that's happened in real life to someone else as well. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
I think
and
it's
then
very realistic. It's good.
but then I don't know about you, but I sit there and think, oh, I wish there was something like that when I was at school.
Yeah,
Because it wasn't really,
definitely.
was there? I mean, I know
No.
you're quite a bit younger than I am, but um, yeah,
Nah, it was just they put it on the telly like a little video, cartoon video, and that's pretty much all it was. They told you to use protection.
we had to kind of find out for ourselves, didn't we?
Yeah, yeah, there wasn't much on it at all. So yeah. Sorry, yeah, so you were asking me about movies that the series that I've been watching. I started to watch Black Mirror because you recommended it to me.
How many episodes you
It's
watched?
um well, I didn't realise, but because there's a new series come out, it started me on the new series.
Oh, did
So
you?
I watched like 4 of the new series, and then I realised and went back to the first ones. Have you watched the new series?
Yeah,
What did you think?
crap.
I thought 1 and 2 were good, but the rest I was a bit like, a bit boring in parts.
If I'm honest, I just think it was a letdown compared to the rest. I really do, because I started watching Batman when it was out years ago, wasn't it? And I first watched
Yeah.
it, and back at one point I was a little bit kind of like a bit cray cray at times, you know, and what because some of them are so like twisted and actually what could be going on. And
Yeah.
it just ended me up going totally crazy, and I just couldn't watch it. And it took me a couple of years before I actually got into watching it again. I know it sounds really ridiculous, but when I was in more of a stable place, and to be honest, I actually really quite liked it. It was really, I like a good head.
Yeah,
Do you know
same.
what I mean?
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's funny that you started with the new series first, because I thought if you'd seen that first, you might not have continued. That's what I think with some people.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the first 2 though, but it was just the other ones I was a bit like, these are a bit far-fetched compared to the other 2 that I'd watched.
Trust me, it gets worse.
Oh, does
They
it?
are far-fetched, like ridiculous.
Where I quite liked the reality of some of the first 2. Like, it could happen. Like you were saying, it could happen, but then it's also a bit twisted.
Yeah.
But like the other ones, it's like there's too much fantasy in it, so it couldn't happen. Does that make sense?
Yes, I know exactly what you
Yeah,
mean. Yeah, was it
yeah.
the
Werewolf.
Yes, that one. I mean, it was quite good. It was very long, I think, but
Yeah,
that
it was
just wouldn't
good.
happen,
It
would
was just
it?
like that wouldn't happen. Yeah,
And I think a lot of the ones in the series, they can be quite far fetched, but realistically, it could actually happen or could be
yeah,
happening, and that's what I
yeah,
think I like about, and that's what is a real like a head screwer. But no,
yeah.
it's quite good. I guess you haven't got to the one with Miley Cyrus yet.
No,
No, okay, that one
no.
stands out to me the most, but.
Oh, okay.
Watch it, and we can chat about that when we cover
Yeah.
some other topics.
Okay.
I
Lovely.
don't know about you. Have
Exciting.
you seen? I'm just going to reel off some things that I've watched and see what you
Yeah, yeah,
think.
yeah.
So, have you watched From?
No, I don't watch a lot of TV. I've got to be honest. I don't know whether you're like me, but when I watch a lot of telly, sometimes I can feed off the emotions, so it'll
Mm,
get me down because I don't know how to explain it, but like I have to be in the mood to watch them because like if I watch something sad, then the mood will stay with me, like the sad mood will stay with me or this heavy mood. And if I
yes.
watch like murder mysteries, like the head fuck will stay with me a bit. So I'm like, oh,
So it's detaching yourself from it, is it?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's hard to explain, but yeah, most of the time I have to be in the mood to watch something because otherwise then I'll be like, I don't know, just strange,
I know what you
strange
mean.
feeling.
I mean,
Yeah.
because I thought I was a bit crazy because I do get quite attached. I know it sounds really stupid, but I do get attached to like TV shows and characters and stuff. And
Mhm.
when a series ends and it's over, I do feel a little bit like lost. Like
Yeah.
it's really. I sound so pathetic when I say it, but
Nah, not at all, because I'll get it as well.
you
Yeah.
know, it's like, for example, I watched The Rookie. It's like a crime thing, police, and it's just finished. And I used to
Mm.
watch Rookie Feds on a Wednesday, and a Thursday I would watch The Rookie, which was the first one out, and it's not here now, so I've
Mm.
got to wait till like next year. And I'm really sad that it's finished, and then I'm waiting for FBI to start again, and it's like it alternates, and
Yeah.
I just feel a bit like, you know, and then it's like, I don't know.
Did you ever watch Lucifer?
Yes.
Yeah, I got stuck to that as well. I was so sad when it ended.
I just don't, man. I cried like you would not believe. I mean, my husband started watching it before me actually, and I wasn't really like, you know, and I got into it then.
Mm.
And I don't really usually like the kind of devil and God type of thing, but this was something
Mm.
else. I loved it because it was crime. But
Yeah. Oh, I thought that was a brilliant mix.
yeah,
I
and
really loved it.
it, it was brilliant, and I knew what was going to happen, and I was one of those saddos that was save Lucifer, like big on. I was with that clan, like, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
We were like obsessive. The community was, and then it got renewed. But the last few episodes, I just couldn't stop crying. Like I was like
Oh.
freaking, I was literally full on. Like it was awful. If I'm honest, it was very good, but it was awful. But I cry at anything. I don't know what you're like, but I'm just a big
Yeah.
baby.
No, I do as well. Sad
Oh,
things, anyway.
yeah. Have you watched The Last of Us?
No,
Do you like horrors?
not really.
Oh, you might not like
Like
them.
with the Black Mirror, there was one of them. You know, you have seen the new series, did you say? Sorry.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you know the second one, where they're is it Lock something, and
Can't
they're in
remember.
like, well, it's the murder scene where the policeman and his mom tortured people and killed them, and then he wants to make a film about it because he doesn't realise it's his mom.
Oh yes, I can remember. Yes.
Yeah, like
Oh yes,
um,
yes.
I watched that one and I had to keep pausing it because I was like,
That was a good one.
yeah, that's the best one that stuck with me. But
Yeah.
like, my heart was pounding through some of it, so I had to pause it, wait until I'd like calm down, walk around, and then like play it again because I wanted to watch it, but then I was also like on my own, just
Yeah,
squeezing
I know
my
what you
bed
mean.
sheets.
Yeah. It reminds
So
that episode reminds me of
so good.
something else. I feel like I've watched it before or watched something similar.
Oh.
I can't remember. I remember like saying to my husband like at the time, I said I feel like I've watched that before or
Mm.
something similar.
I think it's mad because like the girlfriend that talked him into doing it. Spoiler, guys. But so yeah, turn this off and skip if you wanna if you don't want to know. But I think it's mad that the girlfriend obviously died. He lost his mom because she gave him all the stuff for his film. So then he ended up being on his own
Yeah.
after making this movie,
I don't know about
and he
you.
didn't even want to make it to start with.
I know, but I was a bit gutted that his girlfriend died.
Yeah. And then like they're all celebrating in the pub, and his mate calls him like, "Oh, well done," and
He sat
obviously he's
there,
got nothing to be happy about because he's lost his mom. He's found out she was a murderer, and
a nutter.
yes, absolutely, yeah. And like you say, that could happen.
Yeah. It's freaky, innit, thinking that.
Yeah.
I also like, I've watched Sweet Tooth, Lock and Key, They're Okay.
I'm not seeing that.
Trying to think what else I've watched. Oh, so many different things. Did you ever watch CSI?
Yeah, I used to watch CSI. Yeah.
Did you watch all of them?
To be honest, they were probably repeats that I just watched with my nan years ago.
So, God, you're making me feel old watching with you now.
Yeah,
So-
I was probably about 10, 11. We used to just
No, you're making
be
me
at my
feel
nan's
even
watching
older.
CSI.
So, I watch CSI because I'm such a huge crime nut.
Yeah, same. I
Like,
love it.
all that kind of stuff. So I just love CSI. So the one that's set in Vegas was my favourite. There was one set in Miami and then one set in New York, and I've watched every episode, like you wouldn't believe.
Miami and Vegas were my favourites. I weren't that keen on the New York.
Same. And I've missed it since it stopped because they brought out Cyber and that wasn't very good. And then we were scrolling for the TV the other day on Sky and it come up CSI Vegas and I went, is that new CSI? Husband was like, nah, that's the original. I went, no, it's not. It wasn't called that. I went, that is a new one. He's like, it's not. Do you want to bet? So I Googled it. There was a new series in 2021. Like, where have I been living? So, and this was called CSI Vegas. So, obviously, the original, the very first one was set there. So, I was looking into it and whatever. And basically, they have took a couple of people from New York, Vegas, and I think some from Miami, and they're all in the one now.
That's interesting.
So, season 2 is on Sky. Season 1, I've got to buy. So I'm buying it though because I love it, and I've been posting about it and that, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, I can't believe you haven't heard about it. Oh, it's brilliant. It's really great. It's just like the original and all this." So I'm so chuffed because I was trying to get my fix for such a long time, and the only thing that come close was the Rookie and like FBI. But I'm so excited to watch this. I'm just like a big kid. But I'll have to let you know how it is.
Yeah, you will. I recently rewatched Breaking Bad because that's one of my favourite things ever. I loved that, even though I was on the edge of my seat the whole time, and like my dreams would be about it and everything because of how invested I was.
It was intense, wasn't it?
I loved it. Yeah, very.
I wasn't interested in it at first, you know. I just didn't bother. It was years later when there was like God knows how many seasons. We just kind of binged it. I loved it.
I couldn't stop like from the get go because every ending I was just like, oh, like I need to watch another. Yeah, we would binge most weekends, Saturday, Sunday, not move off the settee until we was getting like food and drink.
Yeah,
it's so
awesome.
bad. Oh, good times.
Because the kids are quite young then, so like, you know, they're not asleep and whatever. But it was really good, and I do quite like Aaron Paul.
Oh yeah.
Jesse, is it? Jessie.
Yeah, I like Jessie as well.
Yes, that was good. I've watched so many things though. I get so invested in so many different series. There's
It's
so
only been the
many.
last couple of years that I've been watching more because there was a time where I didn't watch much TV at all because I think because I lived on a narrowboat and I didn't have any TV on my narrowboat,
You lived on a
so I went
boat?
3. Yeah, I lived on a narrowboat.
That's so
Didn't you
cool.
know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. So, when I'd finished uni, or while I was at uni, I think it was. Now I'm just thinking of the timing. Must have been. I lived on a narrowboat for 3 years, and I didn't have a TV, so I kind of lived without it. So then, when we moved into a house with a TV, I don't really watch it, and I don't really want to.
What made
So
you
it's
live
only
on a
recently
boat?
that. To be fair, a lot of like personal stuff. But I moved out of my mum and dad's. Nathan wasn't ready to move out at the time, and we didn't want to rent.
Mm.
So thought I couldn't afford to buy a house at the time, so I bought a boat, and then
Aren't
I
they
thought at
expensive
least,
though?
yeah, I had my uni loan,
Mm.
and you get like a maintenance loan as well. I saved that. I never spent any of my uni loan, so I just saved that. And then my original plan was just to pay it all off when I'd finished, but instead I used that loan to buy the boat.
Mm.
And then I managed to sell the boat to put on the deposit for the house, so it worked out in the end. But at the time, like being so young, I was terrified because I thought I'm going to be on this boat forever.
Was it like weird going
But
up and down the canal? Did it?
I was moored most of the time.
That'd be weird.
Yeah, it was all right. It was all right. It sounded like a ship some days when it was rocking against other.
Oh, didn't it make you
Um,
feel sick? Like
nah,
rocking?
I loved it. I loved it.
Oh God.
I
So
loved that aspect of it.
what did you do at uni then?
Fine art.
Oh, is
Yeah, I
that why
studied
you
art
can
at uni.
draw?
Sort
Paint.
of. I can
Paint.
paint more than I can draw. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thanks. So yeah, that was the full reason why I didn't watch telly for a long time, and then I just started getting into it recently. And even then, like I say, I have to take big breaks before watching other series because I just can't do it to myself.
Oh, I'm just mad. Series. What's next? What's next? I'm just
Yeah, my
mad like
friend's a bit
that.
like that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, like give me next one. What's the next one?
Okay, so yeah, that's my TV absence and the reason for it. So I think that will wrap it up here. If you enjoyed the podcast, don't forget to like and leave us a comment.
And
Uh,
subscribe.
yeah, subscribe. Um, if there's anything that you would like us to discuss, then let us know in the comments because we're here for you. So we'd like to discuss what you want to hear. We are thinking of maybe talking about some conspiracy theories because I know Nicola is very interested in that.
Yes, I am.
And we'll also do more questions with you. So we'll ask you questions on Instagram and YouTube. Then we'll react to your answers. We are also going to do a section on our comments, like our hate comments, bullying online, um, yeah, and just touch on that really. We There's a lot of negativity a lot of the time, so yeah, we're gonna react to that, make a joke of it, or also just discuss it seriously as well, because it can be very negative on the mind.
I think as well that would be a good thing to discuss, which is why I suggested doing it because
hmm
obviously I've been through a lot of that, as you are aware.
Yeah,
Not only because of that, I think it's so real and just happens to so many people, and I feel like the people who watch us half the time don't realise that we are people, but they don't.
yeah,
Other people who aren't the bullies, they don't see that side of it. Do you know what I mean? They don't see the
yeah,
negativity that we get. So I just thought it'd be good to cover social media, online bullying, and different type of social platforms and things. So I thought that'd be quite good.
yeah, I totally agree.
But like Jodie said, if you do want us to discuss anything in particular, so please put it in the comments, because it'd be nice to see, like you said, what they'd want us to talk about.
Yeah, and if you've got any questions for us as well, we're happy to answer. So if you want to get to know us a bit more, do put your questions in. We don't mind.
So we haven't got a set schedule with this, so please just keep an eye out. Make sure you subscribe and just look out for the podcasts. But we're hoping, 2-week turnaround or so. But we're not going to put a set date or time on it. So make sure you do look out for it.
Yeah, because we have so much going on in general, we both have 2 channels or 3 channels. So yeah, it can be a little bit time consuming.
And social media platforms, I'm on all of them, and they've just added another one, haven't they? Threads.
Yeah.
So
are you on there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I haven't gone on there.
I'm loving it. I am. It's so much better than Twitter. Yeah. I feel like it's back in. I feel like we're back in the old days of Facebook. That's what it feels like to me.
Okay.
But yeah, I do quite like it. But obviously, and then I'm starting to do stuff on TikTok and things, so it is quite time consuming. And obviously, we've got to find a time where we can sit down together. Then we got to edit it and stuff like that. But
I'm really looking forward to it, though. I am.
We have quite a lot of plans. So if you are, curious, make sure you stick around.
Yeah. Put your notifications on, so then you know where we are.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.